Hey friends, welcome to the channel Classy Frugality. My name's Tanya. On today's video, I wanted to share with you 9 different ideas that I have come up with to try to reduce throwing away your junk mail. We all get plenty of junk mail, whether it's, bills are junk mail sometimes too. I want them to be junk. Sales papers, just whatnot. But I would love to make that mail work for me. Instead of filling my trash can up with it, I'm going to make it work for me. I'm going to make it help me save some money. So without further ado, let's get started on our list. Number 1 is gift tags. Now, some of the envelopes that I get in the mail have this, what I feel like is a really pretty security print on the inside of the envelope. So that way you can't see through. Anyway, I think that makes for a nice looking gift tag. So I have just fashioned some little gift tags out of a couple of those. Just sort of free-handed, cut the corners off, used my hole punch here, and just, took some ribbon I had. You wouldn't have to do this part if you didn't want to, but I thought it added a little something to it, made it look cute. You could use these on, whatever gifts you wrap or whatever you would want to label. It wouldn't have to be a gift tag. This could be a label on something. Instead of writing to and from, you write what the item is. So that was number 1. The number 2 idea that I had is a bookmark. Again, the security paper on these envelopes sometimes I think is just really pretty, the print of it. So I thought, what better idea than to use that security paper as a bookmark. Free-handed, a simple long rectangle, just come up with a little saying and wrote that on there. And then I just had some yarn. I fashioned myself a simple tassel out of this and tied it on there. Now this is just, you can see, very thin envelope paper. If you wanted to make one of these for somebody, like as a gift, if you had a piece of cardstock or something that came in your mail, you could use something like that. If you decoupage, you could probably make it really cute, glue some little beads or glitter or anything on that. You could make it gift worthy without spending hardly any money at all. But that was idea number 2. Number 3 is notepads. Now, there is some mail that you get that comes like blank on one side. Some bill statements, letters, whatever. They'll be blank on one side, but not really usable for anything on the other side. Like this, credit card offer that I got here. And looks like an appointment reminder paper from one of our doctors. But the other side's fine. So this is what I do. I don't buy little notepads and things. Half the time we can't keep up with them anyway, or it runs into money. So I just took all the pieces of paper in the mail recently that had a blank side on one side. I stacked them all together, just cut that into 4 pieces. And again, with my hole puncher, I punched some holes and I put some ribbon in there. If you don't have ribbon, you don't have a hole puncher, just take a stapler and just put you a staple if you wanted to keep it together as a notepad. If you just want some scrap paper, just stack it in a little basket or something, or just somewhere on the counter with an ink pen. It'll be fine. All right. You're going to throw a grocery list away anyway when you're done. Perfect for something like that. So, let's see. The 4th idea I came up with is this flag bunting. I don't know if you can see this very well over my head, but I've made a little bunting just to hang up here on my shelf. It says fall. You could do a bunting or banner with any saying that you want. You could make a birthday banner. Say you're caught off guard. You have to throw an impromptu birthday party for somebody. You just found out it was their birthday and they're on their way over. Or, you know, you just don't have the cash to spend. Or you just, you know, you're committed to recycling. Whatever the reason. All I did here was freehand some triangles. I stacked together the envelopes that had, most of them had the security print on them. Stacked them together, cut out some triangles. I poked holes on the ends with my hole puncher and tied those pieces together with some yarn. Very simple, and after you're done with it, you won't feel bad about putting it in the trash or burning it or whatever you do with it. All right. Number 5 is envelopes. I mean, they're inexpensive enough if you want to go buy new envelopes at a store. But honestly, I don't mail out enough things to worry about that. So I just keep these envelopes that come in my bill statements, because the reality is, for most of us, we use online pay for a lot of our bills nowadays. However, you can probably get that set to where you don't receive these statements in the mail anymore. I like to still receive my statements. There have been a few occasions where I've gone online and I've tried to pay a bill at a random location. I couldn't get in because they were having problems with their site, with their server. I couldn't get in a couple times because my own internet was down. Doesn't happen very often, but it can happen. Therefore, I still like to receive paper statements in the mail. That way I know that if the internet fails or they're having a problem on their end, I can still get my bill paid. Okay, you'll see the little window that's in these. I just write on the back of a scrap piece of paper and I just stick it in there and it'll be fine if you want to mail something out. All right. So the sixth idea is to use your sale papers, if you still receive those in the mail, as a quirky form of gift wrap. Look how cute this turned out. This was a Kroger sale paper, so it's very colorful. I just took this and I wrapped this, and I did happen to have just some other ribbon, and I tied a pretty bow. You know, it's all what you make it, isn't it? It's all about thinking, being creative and thinking, you know, all I have to wrap this in is this, so I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to make it as pretty as I can. You may be out of gift wrap last minute. You don't have time to run and get any. You might be down to your last dollar because you already spent all the money on the gift itself. Whatever the reason, this is a wonderful way to use those sale papers. I had an aunt who used to wrap our gifts in the comic section of the Sunday paper. I thought that was the neatest thing ever when I was a child. All right. Number 7. If you get certain magazines or other reading material in the mail, consider giving those items to a nursing home, an elementary school, a daycare, you know, a doctor's office, some establishment like that, to where people can use those. I receive the Kentucky Living magazine from our electric cooperative. It's a pretty nice magazine. We get that. It's got all kinds of different interesting articles in there. It has lists of events and things to do across the state. It's always filled with pretty colorful pictures. So say you have a classroom full of students, they're making mosaic, or what do you call them, collages. We used to do that when I was in school. We'd get magazines, and for whatever the subject was, maybe it's animals. This magazine is full of pictures of horses. So you'd have all kinds of material to use in a collage for that. You know, donate them to a nursing home. People may want to read these. Same with this little Town Money Saver magazine that we get. Full of coupons for all sorts of different stores. There's something in here for a pharmacy. $5 off with a new or transferred prescription. Just free cheese coney from Gold Star Chili. All kinds of stuff. If you're not going to use these things, please pass these on to somebody who might want these instead of pitching them in the trash. All right, number 8. Consider using all the things that you can burn as, you know, material in your fire pit. You can buy those fire starter logs, but again, that costs you money. You already have this stuff available to you. And what I use for mine would be the statements that come in the mail that have the writing on both sides, or the pieces of envelope that were left over, you know, after I cut out these gift tags and bookmarks, and the pieces that might have been left over after I made a notepad. And I just tie this stuff together in a tight little wand. And you see the way I fray the top, I cut the top. It's easier to light like that and easier to start your fire. Now, I do have some disclaimers regarding that idea. Please check your local laws and ordinances to see if you are allowed to burn things in a fire pit in your backyard. Those things could easily get you in trouble if you don't know about those things. And even if you do know the laws, even if you know that you're allowed to burn things in your backyard like that in a fire pit, there may be a temporary ban on burning due to weather or wind or whatever. So please, before you follow this tip, please check your local laws. All right. Number 9. Sometimes we receive things in the mail that the mailman drops off in boxes. My husband receives some of his medications in a box like this through the mail. So here is what I have decided to do with some of our boxes. I don't know if you can see the painting on this box on film, but I just took some cheap bottles of acrylic paint, around 50 cents at Walmart or Hobby Lobby or any of those types of stores. I painted this box brown. I used a little bit of gray, a little bit of black, just to try to make some streaks to look like wood. Then I used a sponge cut in the shape of a square to try to make it look like little nails on the end, like the box was nailed together. And then I took some twine and I braided some handles for each side out of that twine. Just poked holes and tied that through. Now I think that's so cute. This could actually hold your mail and magazines, or it could hold your fire starter sticks that you've made. It can hold all kinds of stuff. It could be a good gift container for Christmas. Just the possibilities are endless with that box. It turned out to be a nice looking box, and it keeps it out of the trash can. All right. So I'm glad that you decided to join me for this video today. I've enjoyed making these items to show you and to share with you, and I hope that you get some use out of it. If you like this video, please consider giving me a big thumbs up. If you're not a member yet of the Classy Frugality family, I would love for you to click the subscribe button and check out some of my other videos that are linked here. Until next time, have a blessed day.